Yesterday, some of the bigger statements that also did went go viral were when the Supreme Court said on 370, replying to Kapil Sibal, they said there is no question of a Brexit like J&K referendum. Kapil Sibal says, and I'm quoting him, of course, unilateral executive decision cannot change. Unilateral executive decision cannot change the terms of a relationship that is constitutionally embedded in Article 370. Abrogation of Article 370 was a political decision. The opinion of J&K's people should have been sought. See what happened in Brexit. A referendum was held. This is what Kapil Sibal basically had to say.
For that, you have an argument from the CJI. He said you cannot envisage a Brexit-type referendum, but within a constitution like ours, there's no question of a referendum.
Yeah, in a constitutional democracy,
there is no question. Like he's saying, the
constitution
Kapil Sibal says
that Kapil Sibal basically the argument here is that can the Parliament act as the Constituent Assembly?
Can it appropriate the Constituent Assembly's?
Can you bypass the Parliament?
Yeah,
can you bypass the Parliament? Can a Parliament, act as a Constituent Assembly? These are certain things. How did they act as a Constituent Assembly?
Yesterday I was listening to that
because
argument.
Of passing some executive
act against 370. So I was coming to that point only because yesterday, interestingly enough, there was this argument saying that whether this Article 370 was permanent or not. And in that argument is what you rightly pointed out.
Right. And Kapil Sibal says that I argued about this on day 1 and day 2 that this is in fact not temporary. Article 370 was permanent, and after the J&K Constituent Assembly ceased to exist, that your ability to do away with Article 370 also died out. But there are several, of course, remedies that the Parliament has to, of course, amend. When you can amend the Constitution, why not make new laws? But Kapil Sibal says, how can you pass an executive act to decimate the will of the people? This is a political thing. If it's a political thing, then you ask the people of Jammu and Kashmir. That's what Kapil Sibal is saying. Of course, staying away from the fact that yes, economics, and there has been an economic boost in Kashmir. We've done, News9 Plus has thrown out that documentary Showtime in Kashmir, where cinemas have reopened in Kashmir. There's a lot that the youth of Kashmir is now aspiring to do again. But abrogation of Article 370, how it becomes a precedent. Maybe tomorrow you'll call out some different law and you'll pull down some different act that's already in place.
He also quoted Sheikh
the
Abdullah's
CJI
speech.
He quoted a lot of speech, and towards the end, I'll tell you what, the CJI also got a little irritated. He's like, can you just give us the gist of the speech?
Because I was like listening to that, yes, exactly.
Can you just give us the gist of the speech? Can you tell us the page number? I mean, I was listening to what Kapil Sibal also has to say. He says, document 1 of volume 3, page number 3, 4, 6, my lords, paragraph number. I mean, there's so much to peruse through.
I mean, there's a lot of, documents that have been put forward also. And in that speech, I think that also caught the CJI's attention. He said that why didn't the people of Jammu and Kashmir under Sheikh Abdullah during that time plan to, accede to Pakistan? So the Sheikh Abdullah gives an answer to this. He says that Pakistan is Muslim by name alone. It is actually a feudal country, while India, neighbor, is a democracy.
CJI also said that back then, Abdullah could think through of the economical benefits of
exactly.
the value of Jammu and Kashmir. And that is something that was taken into account even back in the day.
So Sheikh Abdullah says that you better not be part of a feudal system, and Pakistan today is suffering because of that feudal politics right now, though it has got semblance of a democracy. But
absolutely.
He said that India is the democracy, and that the future is more on the path of a scientific kind of an. So it's very advantageous to Jammu and Kashmir to be part of India. So Sheikh Abdullah actually thought through that.
Kapil Sibal also of the opinion that he had no other option but to accede to India, because the ruler had no other option. He had pressure from all sides, and India was certainly his best option. Sibal also raised the question of ex-CJI Gaurav Gogoi's basic structure remark. Do you know that? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that portion.
Kapil Sibal told CJI, your colleague. So to which the CJI says, and I remember he says, if they are a presiding judge, then they are my colleague. Outside this courtroom, outside their tenure as a judge, they are just mere opinions, nothing set in stone.
So
this is what the CJI says.
So then the ex-CJIs, that's what we were arguing also, no, that it is a basic opinion that has been formed by CJI, the former CJI Gogoi, when he made that statement on the basic structure of the constitution. So interestingly enough, I think the CJI makes it clear that Gogoi's is an opinion, it's not the you know,
All
what
right.
the court
So,
says.
day 4, we will throw across a rolling coverage from courtroom number 1, day 4 of the Supreme Court hearing on Article 370.